Hi, this video is from interview.com. Interview.com is a job portal. In this video, I'm going to talk about schedule annotation supported in Spring Framework. Schedule annotation, why do we need to schedule a task using Spring Framework? For example, in your real application, you might have a method which has to be called every 30 minutes, every 1 hour, or at the scheduled time, say 9:30 p.m. You can inform the Spring Framework. Framework can take the responsibility to call your method at a particular frequent of time. Okay, processing of schedule annotation is performed by registering schedule annotation being post processor. If you are using Spring Java config, you can use at enable scheduling annotation. I am using Spring Java config, so in the configuration file I am using enable scheduling. If I don't use this enable scheduling annotation at all, then in my bean, if I use scheduled annotation, this scheduled annotation will not be detected and it will not work at all. Okay, so this is very important and this is a must. Enable scheduling is, it will inform the Spring Framework to detect the scheduled annotations in my beans. So I have written a very simple bean. Okay, in my bean I have a method called read file method, and it's very simple. It's printing some statements, and on top of this method I have schedule annotation which is from the Spring Framework, and here I am informing the Spring Framework every 2 seconds call this method. Okay, so Spring Framework is going to call this method every 2 seconds, and enable scheduling is very important to enable the detection of schedule annotation in the beans. So let me run this program so that you can understand how exactly it works. It's very simple, but it's going to run this method for every 2 seconds. I'm not going to call this method. I have just informed the Spring Framework, and Spring Framework takes the complete responsibility to run this method. So if you see here, Spring is loaded, context is loaded, and my method has been called by the Spring Framework. So it's running now every 2 seconds. My method is get called, and this expression is very important for the Spring Framework. Hope this video is useful. If you like this video, please click the like button. Thank you and all the best.